Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura Watson. In this video, I am going to be telling you a little bit about wild ginger and giving you some beginner botanical painting tips for how you can get started with botanical paintings with watercolor and ink in your nature journal. Western wild ginger is also known as Acasarum caudatum. It grows in the forest understory as a ground cover with beautiful kidney to heart-shaped leaves and mysterious flowers that are hidden beneath the leaves resting on the forest floor. The flowers are usually a maroon to brown color, but can be a wasabi green to whitish color. After observing plants, even if I'm out in the rain, my favorite thing is to head back to the studio and start creating. In this class, I am going to show you how to take a wild ginger photo and transfer it onto your watercolor paper. After that, we will use the photo that we've printed off to mix colors and test them to see if they match. Mixing accurate colors and testing them against your reference material is a key part of botanical painting success. We are also going to add in a background, and we're going to do that first before we start painting the subject, and I am going to use Lunar Violet by Daniel Smith. Once the background is dry, we are going to jump right into painting the wild ginger, and I am going to start with the beautiful leaves. We'll be using a variety of greens to paint the leaves and making sure that we are adding in warm and cool tones to get a nice tonal variation. The flower will be painted with a beautiful maroon mix that we create with a few colors in my basic palette. Throughout the painting process, I am going to be taking you through my 3-step painting method so that we can break down creating this full botanical portrait into very approachable steps that we can repeat to use for painting other botanicals as well. One of the things people struggle with when they start out with watercolor painting or botanical painting is knowing when to keep going and when to stop and how much paint to add, and oftentimes people get disappointed with watercolor because they add a layer, it looks beautiful and rich in color, and then it dries and it looks faded out and they don't know what else to do and often end up overpainting. With my 3-step painting method, I'm going to show you how to avoid that and how to add just enough paint to create luminous, beautiful layers of transparent washes and still create shape and form in your painting, such as we did in these leaves here. Botanical painting with watercolors does not need to be intimidating or scary, and my approach using the 3-step painting method and watercolor and ink is a perfect way to get started or just to relax into your practice and to be able to create more paintings in less time. As we near the end of the class, we will be adding in some fine shadow and details to really bring things to life. And at the very end, we'll go back to our ink pen to add in fine, botanically accurate details like the little hairs that you find on the wild ginger plant. This painting will be a beautiful addition to your nature journal. If you like this style of painting, then check out the watercolorgarden.com for the full-length step-by-step class.